The other thing that is noticeable is that some brands don't go over a certain size in their collection. Tell me what your thoughts on that.
I have so many thoughts. So as an example, I personally cannot go to a shopping center and buy clothes that I will feel beautiful and attractive in, because they are literally unavailable in a shopping center for most of the brands.
Whole shopping center.
Yeah,
nothing.
I can go to Kmart, I can go to Target, but any of the young, youthful, fashionable brands, most of them are going to stop around a 14. Some of them will go to a 16, pushing an 18, which is great, and there's more of them. But I literally broke down in a shopping center like 2 months ago because I needed something that day. I couldn't wait to buy it online, and I couldn't buy something in a shop.
That is so distressing.
Yeah, it's really, really frustrating, and it's sad, and it makes me really angry.
What are these brands doing this for? Is it because they want the ideal body shape in their clothes and nothing else? Like, is that what's going on here?
I think that's one of the arguments for sure, that they have an aesthetic and a client that they want to appeal to, and they want to look like this is what their client looks like. Some brands are extending their ranges but not putting them into shops. Well, so it's almost like
that's pretty screwed up.
You want the money. You're happy for your clients to be buying your stuff online, but you're not giving them that opportunity to walk into your shop and try something on like a human being. And it's like 2 extra sizes or 1 extra size, and these shops will like purposefully not stock them. And I think arguments can be like, oh, we don't have the room in the store, or there's not the clientele for it. And you're like, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And there's so many creators and advocates that are really standing up about this. And I really applaud them for being quite vocal in this arena, because, and they're having conversations with brands, again, which is really important, but it's incredibly frustrating.
Gosh, do you know, my part of my beauty privilege is that I am catered to in a shopping mall. And I have to say, I knew that there were like boutiques that stopped, but I didn't realize how widespread that was. Like, that's really screwed up.
And I think a lot of people who are fitting into those smaller sizes, it's just not on your radar. And why would it be? Like, you can go into a shop, you buy your clothes, your size is there, and that's fine. But it's not until you can't get your clothes that you are just so aware of this bias that exists amongst retailers in Australia in particular. I think it's getting better overseas, but we still really struggle in this country. Yeah. So
just getting nice clothes that fit, that you can try on in store. Yeah. Not that simple.
Yes. Like, I would say 90% of my clothes come from online. And then sometimes I end up buying the cheaper stuff from like your Kmart's, which is fine. And, you know, they are seasonal and they're trendy, but they're maybe not the higher quality. But it's because I can walk in and I can try something on and I can buy it quickly. And so I have found that a lot of my pieces end up being from these kinds of stores. Because we all get frustrated with the online thing, and you end up with clothes you don't spend them back, and you spend too much money.
That's right. You need to try clothes on. Like, you think, oh yeah, that's gonna work, but you try it on and it's like, no. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Total new levels of frustration and activism right there. Hey.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I think it's good for women or anyone to realize that is a struggle for people in larger bodies. It's a form of discrimination, really.
Really? Yeah. I mean, what does that say to you?
Yes.
Really, what's the internal translation of that when you can go to a shopping mall and there's nothing there for you? It's like, you don't belong here.
No, you don't belong here. You're not good enough.
You're right.
Yeah.
We don't want our brand on you. No thanks. Oh, like, that screws with people. And you know, a lot of women don't fit into a size 12, right? Like,
No.
or 14.
Well, you know, the classic argument here is that an Australian average size woman is a 16 to 18.
Right. Is that
That's
right?
the
Is that the statistic?
average.
The average sized
That
woman.
is the average size. And so
the average sized woman in Australia can't go to the shopping mall and buy clothes.
exactly.
Oh my gosh. It's craziness. Absolute craziness. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm really glad we talked about that.
Yeah. So I think it's really amazing how a lot of smaller brands like these startups and a lot of female owned businesses are extending their sizing because they recognize the need for it.
Well, we are totally high-fiving those smaller Aussie brands, and we can put our dollar behind that.
Absolutely. It might cost you a little bit more because, you know, it's a smaller operation and they're doing less numbers and stuff. But yeah, if you can afford to be supporting them, absolutely. Yeah.
That's really nice.